All right, guys, welcome to the video. Anthony here, Special Analysis. Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. Let's talk about the setup this morning, simply because it worked out pretty quickly, pretty efficiently, felt very confident in it. I was targeting liquidity, and it all played out well. So, top left here, my higher time frame analysis on light sweet crude oil. You can see we are clearly making higher highs and higher lows in the market. So ideally, we're looking to trade with the trend, right? So this setup this morning was with the trend. It was a push through the prior highs, and that's ultimately what I was looking for. So as you can see during the overnight here, we made this kind of weird, I don't want to call this a very technical head and shoulders, but you could say we had shoulder number one, the head, shoulder number two, I guess maybe a weird neckline. But as you can see, we punched the lows and then we were unsuccessful in continuing going lower. That tells me that this area here is being absorbed and that we're probably going to end up reversing, which we ultimately did. I thought that this area here at 80.63 uniquely was pretty important to close above, which we did here. You can see we pushed and retested it, created this little consolidative state here, and the candle that printed very specifically at 7:20 a.m. Eastern Standard Time was the reason for this trade. So while I wasn't ready or prepared to trade then, I did see this transpire and I did see a push and a test to the prior highs. So I knew that this area was meaningful because it basically penetrated the prior highs. Okay. Now, all the while, there's liquidity resting here at $81, and it's just sitting there, and it's not disappearing, okay? Sometimes liquidity comes and goes. That's called spoofing, especially when it's really tight around the price action. But this liquidity at 81 just stayed steady. So these were standing orders that were in the market waiting to be filled, okay? So they were just there. What's liquidity? Liquidity is like oxygen to the market, like oxygen to a fire. So I see the price pull up here. We punch those highs ever so slightly, fail to close above them, in fact, and then we pull back. And we pull back right into the area that price rallied from. Again, this entire time, I'm seeing liquidity at $81. I'm like, all right, listen. One of two scenarios is likely to happen. Maybe one of three. We're either going to fall through this, retest the VWAP, and maybe continue to break down from here. Or we're going to hold this area. We're going to retest the prior highs at 80.88. And if we can punch them, we should grab the liquidity at 81. Right? So price pulled back nicely into this area I have marked off based around this 7:20 a.m. candle. Okay, so this was significant to me. Impulse, correction, impulse. We placed a slightly higher low. All right. In theory, we should place a higher high. Well, what would be the target above 80.88? The liquidity at 81. Right. So I bought it here. Okay? Bought it at the market. It got filled at 72, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Price pushes up. I cover or sell, I should say, some of my position here at 88. Why? Because if we got stuff there for some reason, I wasn't going to be stupid and greedy and not take any profit. Right? So I sold some of it here, and then I sold the rest of it here at 81. And I checked out for the day. It's totally done. All right? So like I said, I believe my order got filled at 72, 16 ticks at 88, and 28 ticks at 81. That's it. And I'm done for the day. Right. Heavily leveraged position, large position sizing. Sold half, and then I sold the other half here. Because if this crapped the bed, and if it fell back and hit my stop, I didn't want to not take something. I actually didn't have intentions of trading today. I just saw something that I really liked, that really checked my boxes, that I felt very passionate about. Listen, we broke the highs very slightly. That told me that we cracked we cracked the egg. We can potentially go through this. And then when we pulled back and we held this area, everything looked good, right? And we went right back here. You can see we hesitated for a few minutes, right? We tested it. We hesitated. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, do I just pull it all off, right? And I had a plan going into my trade, right? My plan was, if I make a higher low and this does hold, I should make a higher high, and the ideal higher high was this liquidity, right? There wasn't a technical target here. This was a liquidity target. And you can see we danced around here, and then the market pulled back really, really aggressively. So I said to myself, I'm like, listen, you had a plan, right? The plan was a retest of the highs followed by a higher high, and that higher high was defined at 81. Trade your plan. So I did. I was patient. I took half off at 88, and then I took the other half off as we approached $81. And that's how I played it. And I was done. I mean, this was over at 8:45, right? So I got into the trade at 8:05. I was out of it at 8:45. Yeah, it was 40 minutes, right? Like, it's a federal holiday, I anticipated the market to be sluggish. Again, everything here looked really strong. So I took the trade, right? That's part of my trade plan. My trade plan is when I identify something that meets my criteria, not to hesitate. Not to hesitate. Okay? So I did. I took the trade. If I took a loss, I took a loss. So be it. It was calculated. I got into it. I got out of it. And I'm done for the day. Okay? I'm going to move on to the things that I knew I had to get done today. I have paperwork to do. I have other tasks I have to get done. I have dinner plans late this afternoon. I got things to do. So I'm checking out, right? I'm gonna shut my screens off, and I'm gonna focus on the things that I plan to get done today. So that's just kind of a recap of how this was all played out. I felt like it was calculated. I felt like if I took a loss, it was going to be, small. I got filled at, I think, 72. I had my stop down here at 67. So what am I risking? 5 ticks. I took profit at 16 ticks and then more at 28. So, I did really well on my R. My risk-reward ratio was really well. It was a pullback trade into defined support that I really felt confident about, at the 720 candle. And that was it. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you learned something from it. If you'd like to join me analyzing, interpreting, and providing expectations for the market, there's a link below this video. You can click on it. Check out the content. My email's there as well. Feel free to reach out to me. Jump on a phone call, Zoom meeting, whatever you want. I talk to my clients, all right? This is not like a closed door type of thing. Like, I shoot these videos with my face because I ultimately want you to get to know who I am, right? There's tons of people out there on the internet. Many of them, sell products and services faceless, right? They got a picture and that's it. But, I'm totally fine being on camera, totally fine you getting to know who I am, totally fine sharing, my life with you. Because, listen, I'm no different than anybody else. Just some normal guy that, wants to be the best trader he can be and wants to help other traders be the best trader they can be. And that just comes through experience. So, and that's what I offer. I offer a lot of time. It's 15 hours a week if you want to trade live with me. It's daily deliverables if you're looking for swing trading ideas across all market assets. Like, you get tons of exposure to the market through the special analysis experience. So I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, and we'll talk then.